So after welcome students, we are doing the final lines of Christabel, and there we find that Christabel is with Geraldine and she is falling prey to Geraldine. And there, when Geraldine commands her to put off her dress, and then Christabel also puts off her dress, and then yet Geraldine nor speaks nor stirs. Ah, what a stricken look was there! Striking look was there. Deep from within she seems halfway to lift some weight with sick essay, and eyes the maid and seeks delay. Then suddenly, as one defied, collects herself in scorn and pride, and lay down by the maiden's side, and in her arms the maid she took, ah well a day. Geraldine neither speaks nor moves, though there is a look of misery in her eyes. There was a striking look in her eyes. Deep from within she seems halfway, and it appears as if she were making a desperate effort to remove some heavy burden from her mind, and to lift some weight with sick essay, and eyes the mad and seeks delay. Then suddenly, as one defied, collects herself in scorn and pride, and when Geraldine was desperate to remove some heavy burden from her mind, she looks at Christabel and seems to be hesitant. Then suddenly, like one who had been defied, she collected herself with pride and contempt and lay down by the side of Christabel. She took Christabel within the fold of her arms, and there, after lying down with Christabel, she lay down by the maiden's side, and in her arms the maid she took, and collecting the courage with scorn and pride, she takes Christabel in her arms, and as she takes in Christabel in her arms, the maid she took, ah well a day, and with low voice and doleful look these words did say, and with very low voice, when she took Christabel in her arms, she took Christabel within the fold of her arms, and alas, with a low voice and sad look, she uttered the following words, and she uttered the following final words. In the touch of this bosom there worketh a spell, which is Lord of thy utterance, Christabel. And she says that this touch of my bosom, this touch of my bosom, is exercising a spell on you, and it will fully control your speech. This mark of my shame and my sorrow, and thou knowest tonight and wilt know tomorrow, this mark of my shame, the seal of my sorrow. And Lady Geraldine says that I will have a spell on you, Christabel, and this mark of my shame and my sorrow that I stamp on you now will be known to you tonight and tomorrow, and this spell will only be known to you tonight and tomorrow. Your resistance is futile, your resistance is futile, and it's all in vain. Whatever attempts you try to survive, you will have power only to say that in the dimly lit forest you heard a low moaning, but vainly thou warest, for this is alone in thy power to declare. You will be able to say only this thing, what I am going to say. Lady Christabel, that in the dim forest thou heardest a low mourning, and foundest a bright lady, surpassingly fair, and you will be saying that you will be known to you tonight, and tomorrow your resistance, you will have power only to say that in the dimly lit forest you heard a low mourning sound, that you and discovered an exceedingly beautiful lady, and that you brought her home out of sympathy in order to shelter her from the damp air, and you will only be grieving that you saw a very beautiful lady in the forest, and you took that beautiful lady in love and in charity to shelter her, to shield her. And it's very ironic that what beautiful lady you found and you loved, and you had some sort of campaign, sort of helping and giving shelter and shielding her is the thing, or the figure is going to harm you and going to have a spell on you, and this only you will remember, and you are going to be a prey for me. And in this way the poem ends, the text ends, and there is a conclusion to part first added to this poem, which we are going to do in the next. And in the final of this poem we see that innocent child Christabel has fallen prey of the evil Geraldine, and here we have all the sympathy, and this whole fantasy is very charming. This imagination, this super exercise of supernatural power in Geraldine is very delightful and very interesting. So students, enjoy the poem at home, read it again and again, in this ballad-like poem, you will see powers of imagination and supernatural. We shall do the conclusion to the part first in the next video. Thank you.